You had it once. The respect, the power, the drive. But somewhere along the way, you let it slip. Maybe it happened slowly. A small compromise here, a bit of patience there. Maybe you told yourself it was temporary, that things would balance out in the end, but they didn't. You played fair, in a game that was rigged against you. You sacrificed for people who only saw your value when it served them. You broke yourself in half, believing they'd do the same for you. And where did that get you? Look around. You became the one who always gave, always adjusted, always made space for others, while they took without hesitation. They fed off your effort, your energy, your time, and the moment they no longer needed you, they moved on without a second thought. That's the truth you've been avoiding. Like a lion tamed into a house cat, you forgot what it means to own your space. You let them shrink you, tame you, make you doubt your own instincts. You dulled your claws to make them comfortable. You caged your own power, thinking it would earn you respect. But respect is never given to those who kneel. It's earned through presence, through strength, through refusing to be anyone's afterthought. And now, the leash is coming off. You're done waiting for someone to recognize your worth. Done hoping they'll finally appreciate what you bring. They saw it. They knew. They just took advantage of your patience, your silence, your kindness. And the only way to make them regret it, take it all back. The time, the energy, the confidence you lost, it's still yours. Buried under self-doubt, buried under the weight of other people's expectations. But it never left you. You just forgot how to claim it. No more. This isn't about revenge. This isn't about proving anything to them. It's about remembering who you were before you let yourself be used. It's about reclaiming the power you handed away like it was worthless. Because it was never worthless. You were never worthless. They just convinced you otherwise. Now it's time to remind them, remind yourself exactly who you are. And when you give people that much access, they take everything they can. Let's get one thing straight. People don't steal what isn't left unguarded. They took your time, your energy, your dreams, and you let them. Maybe not intentionally. Maybe you thought you were doing the right thing, being patient, being understanding. You thought that if you gave enough, if you proved your worth, they would return the favor. They didn't. Because that's not how the world works. You gave freely, thinking they saw the value in your sacrifices. But they didn't see value. They saw an opportunity, and they took it. They feasted at your table while you starved in the corner. Every ounce of effort you poured into them, every moment you spent waiting for them to reciprocate, was just another free meal. They took and took, without hesitation, without gratitude, without a second thought. Not because they were smarter, not because they were better, but because you let them. That's the part you don't want to face. It's easier to blame them, to call them selfish, to act like they were the problem. But the truth? You never set the boundaries. You never said, enough. You never demanded the respect you deserved. And now, look where that got you. You thought your sacrifices would earn you love. You thought your patience would be rewarded. You thought your kindness would be remembered. But all they remember is how easy it was to take from you. But here's the thing. They won't respect your presence until they feel your absence. And now, it's time to make them feel it. Not by begging, not by explaining, not by giving them another chance to take more. No, by disappearing. By taking back every ounce of energy you wasted on them and putting it where it belongs, on you. It's time to take back control. Your time, yours. Your energy, yours. Your future, yours. No one else gets a say. No one else gets a free pass. You let them rob you blind, but that ends now. You've been starving for too long. It's time to flip the table, take your seat, and reclaim everything they thought you'd never fight for. And when they realize what they lost, when they finally understand that the person they drained will never be theirs again, let them starve. But don't sit around waiting for karma to do the work for you. If you are waiting for justice, let me tell you that it's not coming. You can sit there hoping the people who wronged you will have a change of heart. You can pray that life will suddenly hand you what you deserve. You can waste years believing that fairness will somehow restore what was stolen from you. But reality doesn't work that way. The world doesn't return what's been taken. It doesn't care about fairness. It rewards the bold, the relentless, the ones who stop waiting and start taking. You can beg a thief to return what's yours, or you can rip it from their hands. Look around. The people who win, the ones who thrive, they're not sitting back, hoping for justice. They're moving. They're acting. They're taking what's theirs without hesitation, without apology. Meanwhile, you've been standing in the ruins, looking at everything you lost, wishing things were different. Enough of that. You either claim your worth, or you watch it rot in someone else's hands. That's the choice. Not a fairy tale redemption arc. Not some miraculous turnaround where people suddenly realize their mistakes and hand you everything you deserve. No one is coming to fix this. You have to. You lost time. Fine. Make up for it. You lost opportunities. Fine. Create new ones. You lost respect. Fine. Earn it back, by force if necessary. You just have to be ruthless enough to take it. The hesitation, the doubt, that's what's kept you trapped. You keep waiting for permission, waiting for a moment when it feels right to take action. But the only right moment is now. You've watched others take what's yours. Now it's your turn. It's time to make a move. Not tomorrow. Not when you feel ready. Now, because if you don't, someone else will. And they won't hesitate to take what you could have had if only you'd been bold enough to reach for it. The power shift starts here. So, what's it going to be? Everything changes the moment you realize no one's coming. No hero, no apology, no magical moment where everything falls into place. You've been waiting for a sign, waiting for justice, waiting for someone to see your worth and hand you what you deserve. Enough of that. Because here's the truth. A king without a crown is still a king, until he decides to take it back. They took advantage of your patience, mistook your kindness for weakness, and assumed you'd always be there, waiting. They played you because you let them. But now, the game is over. You don't beg for respect. You command it. You don't wait to be chosen. You choose yourself. The shift starts in your mind. You stop explaining yourself. You stop proving your worth. You stop giving access to people who never earned it. And that's when they feel it. The moment you pull back, the moment you stop showing up, stop giving endlessly, stop making them a priority while they treated you like an afterthought. That's when they start wondering, what changed? Let them ask. Let them overthink. Let them feel your absence the same way you felt their disregard. Because now, you are the one they fear losing. Not because you need them. Because you don't. Power isn't taken. It's recognized. And the moment you realize it's been yours all along, that's when everything shifts. So stand up, take your place, and let them feel what it means to lose you. You don't need to announce your comeback. Just move. No warnings, no explanations, no seeking validation. The moment you start proving things to people is the moment you've already lost. Let them think you're done. Let them assume you've accepted your place. Because while they talk, you work. While they laugh, you build. While they waste time watching others, you're too busy becoming unstoppable. A storm doesn't send a warning. It just arrives. And when it does, it doesn't ask permission. It doesn't hesitate. It doesn't care who's ready and who isn't. That's you now. You spent too long waiting. Waiting for respect. Waiting for fairness. Waiting for someone to finally see your worth. But that's not how the world works. Power isn't given. It's taken. And you take it by moving in silence, without hesitation, without seeking applause. By the time they realize what's happening, it'll be too late. The ones who doubted you, they'll regret it. The ones who took you for granted, they'll wish they hadn't. The ones who assumed you'd always be there, they'll feel your absence like a knife. But by then, you'll be too far ahead for their opinions to matter. Let them wonder. Let them whisper. Let them watch in disbelief. Because your silence is more powerful than their words. You don't owe them an apology for taking back what's rightfully yours. Not a single word. Not a single excuse. Not a single explanation. Because they had their chance. Their chance to value you. Their chance to respect you. Their chance to stand beside you before you became something they could never reach. And they threw it away. Now they'll have to live with the consequences. A warrior doesn't apologize for sharpening his blade. He doesn't ask for permission to rise. He doesn't seek approval for reclaiming what was stolen. And neither do you. They want you to feel guilty for putting yourself first. They want you to hesitate, to second guess, to shrink back into the version of yourself that they could control. But that version of you is gone. No more compromise, no more hesitation. You sacrificed. You struggled. You tolerated more than you ever should have. And for what? to be overlooked, to be taken for granted, that ends now. Your time, your energy, your ambition, it all belongs to you. And anyone who stands in the way of that, they're simply a reminder of who you used to be before you decided to take back control. Let them watch. Let them whisper. Let them regret. Because this time, you're not stopping. Taking it back was just the first step. Keeping it, that's where the real battle begins. Power isn't something you win once and keep forever. It's something you defend every single day. A king who reclaims his throne must never forget why he lost it. You lost it because you hesitated. Because you let the wrong people get too close. Because you convinced yourself that playing small was the price of keeping the peace. Never again. You don't shrink yourself to fit into their comfort zones. You don't dull your fire so they don't feel the heat. You take up space. You speak with conviction. You own every inch of what's yours. And when they try to take it again, you remind them why they lost access to you in the first place. They will test you. They will push, hoping you'll fall back into old patterns. They'll bait you, waiting for that moment of weakness. But that version of you is gone. The one who tolerated disrespect, who settled for less, who handed over their power just to be liked, dead and buried. This time, you're not just reclaiming what's yours. You're making sure no one dares steal it again. Because from this moment forward, you own your life. And no one takes what's yours.